Hi guys, it's me Evie. What I have for you guys today is going to be Mexican spaghetti, so stay tuned for the ingredients. So today's recording will look totally different because I forgot and I left my big tripod at Lisi's house. But what we're going to use is a package of thin spaghetti or any spaghetti that you like or pasta that you like, but I'm using 16 ounces. I'm going to use half of one package of cream cheese. This is Philadelphia. You can use any kind of your choice. I'm going to use half of this container of sour cream, any brand that you like. 3 tomatoes, 3 Roma tomatoes. I'm going to use 4 tablespoons of butter, but I only have 5, so I'm just going to use the extra one, doesn't matter. I'm going to use half of a small onion, a tablespoon or a tablespoon and a half of salt just for my water. Mozzarella cheese, and this is Parmesan cheese, but the fresh one, not the one that comes in the yellow green cylinder. I was forgetting, you're gonna need 2 big cloves of garlic. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna get my pot and I'm gonna start boiling my water for the spaghetti. Okay, so here we are. I'm gonna put my pot on high. And then I'm going to add like 2 tablespoons of Himalayan salt, pink. You don't have to use regular salt. I started using this because I do take medication for high blood pressure, and they said that this salt doesn't, well, I don't know that it doesn't raise your pressure, but it's better than the regular white salt. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to put a lid on it, and then I'm going to go chop up our veggies. Okay, so while we wait for our water to boil, I have my blender up here. So I'm going to take that half of a small onion. I'm going to put it in my blender. I'm going to take 2 garlic cloves. Make sure they're big. If they're not big, use 3 medium or small. Or, you know, a lot of people like a lot of garlic. So do the amount of garlic that you like. I'm going to do 2. I'm not trying to kill people. When I say hi, you know how that goes. So let me tell you, I'm already exhausted. Got up early. Oh, make sure your veggies are nice and rinsed, guys. And take out this middle part of that tomato. And I'm just gonna cut it smaller to help out my blender. I'm using 3 tomatoes. Let me give you an option. If you don't have tomatoes, you can use 1 8-ounce can of tomato sauce. You should be good with that. Oh, let me tell you what I forgot to mention. Another ingredient. It's a chicken bouillon. You can get it in powder form, in cube form. You can just use one. If you have the tomato-based one, use 1 tablespoon of that. If you just have the chicken one, let me show you what they are, so you know what I'm talking about. Oops, there goes my tomato. That's a blooper. Okay, this is a chicken broth. This has tomato base, so if you have this one, use a tablespoon of that. If you don't have it, you only have the plain chicken one or in cube. Just use 1 cube of that or 1 tablespoon of this. And I've decided, since my tomatoes were pretty big, I'm going to use just 1 heaping tablespoon of this. That also goes in your blender. So yeah, add that to the ingredients because I totally forgot. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to cut off this little piece of the garlic. Peel my garlic and put it in the blender too. So how's everybody been? I know it's been a minute, guys. We're slowly moving into cooler weather, so you'll be seeing a lot more of me. You don't get sick of me first. But yes, we're planning on doing a get-together at Lisi's house for Gogi's birthday. So I might do a little vlog there too, guys. Okay, so there you have it. Everything that I chopped up is like just the tomato. I put garlic in there. The tablespoon chicken broth. Oops, where am I going? We're gonna need half of a container of sour cream. I'm gonna get in my dishes here. I'm gonna use half of the container, guys. So there you go. I don't know if you can see that really well, but that goes half there. And for my cream cheese, I'm going to use half of that. I had mine room temperature. You don't have to. It just makes it easier to blend. So I'm just using half of the packet. And that goes into my blender. Yeah, that squeezed out beautifully. So yes, this is what we have going on now. And to this, we're going to add 2 cups of water. Here you have it, 2 cups of water. That goes in your blender too. The water does not need to be hot, doesn't need to be cold. Room temperature is perfect. So remember, we added a tablespoon of our bouillon that is salty. So I'm going to take, this is a tablespoon, but I'm going to take a little bit less and put a teaspoon of salt in it. Although when you're cooking your sauce, you will taste it for seasoning. A lot of people like things a little saltier, and a lot of people like things that are not as salty. So I'm going to put my lid here. I'm going to blend it and show you. Wow, it works only if I plug it in, right? So this is what it ends up looking like. It's like a salmon color. That's perfect. If you want yours to have a little bit more color, then I suggest you use the bouillon that has the tomato base, because it actually colors a lot. It has a lot of color to it. So now we're going to the stove to get our spaghetti in there. On my pasta, it's cooking. We're going to get started on our sauce. I'm going to turn on my stove. And I'm going to put in my 4 tablespoons of butter. It could be salted or unsalted. This one was already started. It's unsalted, so that's what I'm going to use. It doesn't have to be unsalted. I like it salted better, but for baking some things, we need this kind. So we're going to melt this really nice and well. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm giving you guys all kinds of angles. I'm giving you all kinds of messes in my house because I just came from taking Gabi to school, Lisi to work, and I needed to work on this video now because I'm going to be busy doing other stuff. I got to get in my room. I'm going to take everything down. I'm going to dust everything, change the bedding. So, yeah, I decided to do this early. So, yes. I hope you guys can see. I hope you guys try the spaghetti. It's really good. My friend Goya, she's the one that showed, well, she didn't show me, she told me. But I'm a fast learner. I don't need people to sit there and, you know, draw it for me. I can figure it out. Just explain it once and I'm good. So yeah, it looks like a lot of butter. But remember, I used the extra tablespoon because I'm not just going to save a little tablespoon of butter in my fridge. So once you have that done, remember, do not burn it. Now we're gonna add our sauce. Look at that. The beautiful salmon color. And I know that it looks like a lot of sauce for the 1 pound of spaghetti, and it is. But you also gotta remember the spaghetti is gonna, you know, soak all of this up right here. So right now I have it on a high. But once it starts bubbling, I will lower it. This will change color, just remember, because your tomato is raw in here right now. Well, everything's raw, so everything has to cook down. Once this warms up, give it a taste. And if it needs more salt, add it. And if you don't want to add salt, then add more of the chicken bouillon. Whichever one you want to do is fine. I've done it both ways. But if you want like more of the chicken flavor, then just add the bouillon. And like I said, if you want more color to this, then add the one with the tomato. If you don't have it, then just add the regular one. That's fine. I'm so glad the next door neighbor little kid went inside because he was on it this morning, and his grandma, yeah, she was yelling like a little banshee too, but she's trying to get on him. If you guys like pepper, which I am going to do, this is the right time to add it. Gonna add a little bit here. If you like it spicy, you can add some pepper flakes, like the ones they give you for pizza. You can do some of that. And we're just cooking this down. I'm gonna lower it because I'm like a medium low. You do not need to burn your cream cheese or your sour cream here. So yeah, we're gonna let this cook maybe 5 minutes. I'm gonna check on my pasta, and if it's done, we'll go to the sink to drain. I went back to get my spoon so that I can give this a taste. Do not double dip your spoon, guys. Just taste it once, so make sure you get away from the frothy stuff and get like the real liquid. Mine could use a little bit. Look at that garlic is coming through. Since I want a little color in mine, I'm just gonna add like another tablespoon of bouillon, but the one with the tomato base. Give it a little bit more color. Remember, I added one more tablespoon, but that's to my liking. I like things just with a little bit more salt than other people do. I don't mean salty, but I cannot stand no bland food. I don't like it. So you just got a little bit more reddish. That was it. So it's time to check our pasta. And I'm right here. So it's not all the way tender the way I like it. But remember, this is going to cook in that sauce for another 5 minutes. So, and it'll be sitting in it. So yeah, you don't need it to be over tender. We're gonna let this keep cooking while we go drain our pasta. Okay, it's time to drain our pasta. That's it. Put this back on the stove because you're gonna finish cooking your pasta in here. And then you make sure you run cold water on it because you want to stop the cooking process. So yeah. We're going to do this, we're going to let it all run nice and cold so you have cold noodles. And then when our pasta is done cooking, we will, yeah, get in there guys, because the top is nice and cold, but then when you go in the middle, it's nice and hot still. So look at this, I love pasta. Still needs to run water on it. Oh yeah, the water's getting really cold now. Guys, we're having such amazing weather. It is 69 degrees. It is sunny, but the breeze is nice and cool. Oh God, it is so good. Those heat waves kill me. I really don't mind the sun, but if it's a nice cool day like it is today, it's beautiful. I love it. I love everything shiny, everything bright. It's awesome. Oh goodness, neighbors. Okay, so my pasta is nice and cold already. Now we're gonna head back to the stove and check on our sauce. And then at the end, we're just gonna combine everything. We're gonna let it sit so the pasta can soak up all that sauce and get nice, thick, and rich. It's creamy. Let's go back to the stove. We got here just in time because this is already bubbling. It's bubbling away. This is what you want. I don't know if you've noticed, it's got a little bit darker because your tomatoes are cooking, and when you cook the raw tomatoes, it does change the color of your sauce. Makes it nice and darker. I love the way it smells. You could tell that cream cheese and sour cream are in there. So good. It is so good. Again, taste your sauce. See if you need any adjusting, any more salt, any more bouillon or pepper, or like I said, even the pepper flakes. So yes, this is what we're doing. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna empty the contents in the bigger pot of this sauce because my spaghetti won't fit in here. It'll be too much. So I'm gonna put it right back in the big pot that I was cooking in. Okay, I'm gonna flick my stove back on. I'm gonna empty out my contents in here. You don't even have to wash the pot, just your pasta was boiling in there. Empty it all out. I know it's liquidy, it will thicken up on you. And there goes the neighbor boy. And now we bring in our pasta. There we go. And we're gonna let this boil all together and cook. That's why you leave the pasta just a little bit. No, I guess you have to leave it a little bit al dente then, huh? Yeah. And I understand you guys see this all nice and watery, but we're gonna give this a boil. We're gonna lower it to a little simmer, and then we're gonna shut it completely off, and we're gonna wait at least 5 to 10 minutes until the pasta soaks up this sauce and becomes nice and thick. Okay guys, my pasta has come to a boil with sauce. We're gonna let this cook for about 2-3 more minutes, and then we're gonna shut it off. I still have it on high. I'm gonna keep it on high because it is a lot of liquid. I'm gonna keep it on high for the next 2-3 minutes, and then we're just gonna cover it and let it sit 5-10 minutes until it soaks up the rest of that sauce. I'll show you when we get back. Okay, so like I said, it's boiling. I just wanted you guys to see how thick the sauce is getting. Comparing to how it was, it's actually getting thicker. Don't forget, taste it. You can adjust it here too. It's perfect, doesn't need anything. So, most of the liquid or some of the liquid has already been absorbed. I'm gonna shut this off now, and I'm gonna leave it covered for about 10 minutes. So this can be, the sauce can be absorbed and nice and thick. So be back in a little bit. Okay, what I wanted to mention is, okay, we're shutting this off now. The liquid has gotten thicker. See? It's already absorbed a lot of it. Make sure your pasta's not sticking to the bottom. You do not need nothing, your cream cheese or anything to burn here, because then you're gonna have to throw it away. It's gonna be nasty. So, for the cheese, mozzarella cheese, you can just take some, as much or little as you like, pour some on top, just like this, all around the pan. I bet you your mouth is watering. This is so good. I've just taken 2 big handfuls. That's enough for me. Then, what we're gonna do now, we're gonna leave this lid on here, like I said, about 10 minutes, and then we'll go to the plating. And there you have it, guys. After 10 minutes, the pasta absorbed the sauce, and the cheese on top has melted. We will now be serving. So here you have it, guys. Delicious Mexican pasta. Nice, rich, thick, creamy. And then we have mozzarella cheese on board. Look at that. Deliciousness. So, we're gonna give this a taste test right now. This is super hot. I'm sorry, guys. My little neighbor boy, he's outside playing. So that just means a lot of screaming and crying, but that's okay. He's a baby. He's like 4. So, ooh, this is gonna be a big bite. Super hot. Oh, with that mozzarella, guys. When you uncover the pot and you take off the lid, oh my God, it smells so good. I'm making you crave this enough to make it. I know I'm taking my time, guys, but it's seriously, it's hot. Why is my phone doing funny things? Started wearing my darker lipsticks for fall. Can't wait for it, guys. So here goes. It is so good. It's cheesy because you have the mozzarella, you have the cream cheese, and you have the sour cream. It's really, really good, guys. I like the tanginess of the tomatoes too. It's in there, you can feel it. So, I hope you guys really give this pasta a try. It's really delicious. It's really good. So, I want to thank you guys for watching. For my faithful viewers, thank you guys so much. And for the new subscribers, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. I really appreciate it. I mean, better weather's coming, so more videos also means baking. So let's see what we come up with. So yeah, thank you so much for being with me. Take care, God bless, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.